hands together for the live recording of Working Through Some Stuff from Bolivar, Missouri, Bryce Stanley!
We doing all right? All right. Who's watching Bolivar right now? Is there anybody left in town? I'm excited. We've been recording like all weekend. Last night we recorded those two. We're releasing those two on albums only on cassette tape. But tonight, this is like the real one. It's the real one. We're going to try to get this on the radio and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. Since I announced that I was recording an album, I've had like multiple friends that are like, hey, you should just film like a Netflix special. I'm like, that's kind of more of a Netflix decision than a Bryce Stanley decision. So, but I'm excited. It's just audio because I didn't have to lose weight. You can't hear chubby. So, but I'm excited. Got an accounting degree. I like to use never. Proud graduate of the University of Missouri Business School. Yeah. There's some interesting facts about the University of Missouri Business School. One of them is that they are not that proud of me. They see anything with an accounting degree, I should like own a business or be a CPA or have health insurance. Like, I'm recording an album, things are going pretty good for me, you know? It's like when you go to that party and you hook up with that girl that's a little bit out of your league, and the next morning she's like, hey, don't tell anybody about this. That's basically what the University of Missouri's let me know in written form. Zip it up. I'm like, M-I-Z, and they're like, that's enough. That's enough, so. Yeah, I got like to my senior year, and I got to looking around. I'm like, these guys like debits and credits way more than I do. And I seem to like rums and cokes way more than they do. So, took a little different path. So, but been an exciting year. My wife and I celebrated 32 years of marriage. Yes. I know. It's a lot of hard work. It was our second anniversary, but she'd been married 18 years before. And I've been married 12, so we just added it up and went to Branson. Big day. Big day. So. I'd been divorced long enough that I forgot a lot of the marriage stuff, like sharing. Like last football season, I fell asleep on the couch and I was like, woke up startled. You know, you wake up startled like something's wrong in the house. Well, what was wrong is my wife had the remote control and she was trying to take it across the room to where she sits. Nope. We are not going to have a marriage of chaos. We've got to have rules around here. You don't touch my remote control, I won't touch your weed eater. That's how we're gonna do this thing. And she immediately said, that is not how it works. That is not how it works. We're married now. What's yours is ours. What's mine's ours. Everything's ours. I'm like, I don't remember anything about the remote control in our vows. But I don't want a second ex-wife, so I won't let you win this one. And then like 2 days later, I'm out in the garage doing manly stuff. She comes busting through the door. She's like, what the hell are you doing? Those are mine. And I'm like, hold on. We're married now. What's yours is ours. What's mine is ours. Everything's ours. See what I did, guys? I used her own weapons against her. Like you do in a healthy marriage. And that's when she's like, you're stretching out my panties. All right, well, Actually, they're our panties. Second of all, they just rip, so you can have them back. I don't know. Married into being a grandpa. That's the easiest way to do it, for sure. And I didn't realize, like, nowadays you got to pick a grandpa name, you know? They're like, what do you want your grandpa name to be? And I'm like, I'll just be grandpa. And they're like, that's taken. Like, what do you mean taken? Like, both of my grandpas were named grandpa. Like, I figured it out. It wasn't that hard. And they're like, you gotta pick something else. I'm like, all right, I'll be Papa. And they're like, that's also taken. All right. I knew that was third string, but all right. I'll be Gramps then. And they're like, oddly enough, that's also taken. I'm like, how many damn divorces does this family have? What's going on around here? Why don't you tell me what's still available? I'll pick one of those. And they're like, well, you could be grandfather. Ugh. Got a little too much Little House on the Prairie in it for me. You could be Carl. Like, my name's not even Carl. That doesn't make any sense. I think his real grandpa's named Carl. That's gonna get pretty confusing. And like, you could spell yours with a K. Like, the kid can't read. That doesn't solve any problems. They're like, how about he just calls you Bryce then? I'm like, no, I don't want some kid calling me by my first name. You know? I mean, I didn't have anything to do with him being born, but I feel like he could put a little respect on my name. So now I got a 4-year-old that calls me Sir Carl. The only one with a #1 Sir Carl shirt. And you young guys out here, let me tell you something. Pick your grandpa name now. You know, you're thinking, oh, my oldest is only 7. It's too early. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's like colonoscopies. Go ahead and get you one. Pick a grandpa name now. Because there's 2 power names out there. You got to either get Papa or Grandpa, or you might as well not have one. You know? Grandpas and Papas run this world, all right? You get stuck with Peepaw, guess what? You're never hosting Christmas. You gotta get the good one. You think Sir Carl gets to pick where we go on family vacation? No. No, I don't. So pick it early, you know? Your kid thinks about getting married, go talk to the other father. Make sure he doesn't already have one of those taken. You know? If he's already Papa, you may have to just switch to Grandpa. You're not gonna dethrone a Papa. That's not how the world works, so. But just keep going. When the kid's born, say it a lot. Papa's here, Papa's here. Because if that kid says something that doesn't sound like Papa, that's your new name. My sister did that, and we called her Grandpa Bompy for years. And he loved it, but that was a different generation. They smoked on airplanes back then. I don't think we want to follow in those footsteps. So I'm just telling you, pick your grandpa name early. My wife and I were still in that honeymoon phase. We haven't been married that long. Still spice it up a little bit. Brought the cameras into the bedroom a while back. I don't know if you guys have done that. And I was prepared for the camera to add 10 pounds. I didn't realize apparently it takes off about 4 minutes. More of a Snapchat than a porn, really. So March 8th of 2020, I hopped on a cruise ship. Got any history buffs in here? Remember March of 2020? Not a good time to hop on a floating incubator in the sea. I can tell you that. But it was an all-inclusive 80s cruise, and we'd already paid for it. So we hopped on. If you haven't been on an 80s cruise, it's 7 days of Michael Jackson music and looking for a bathroom. It's basically what it is. And it was all-inclusive, but like everywhere you went to get like drinks, you still had to like show them your card for some reason. I'm like, are they worried about stowaways or something? And then about 3 days in, I'm like, I hope they're keeping score. You know? I think I can drink enough to win this cruise. While my buddies are sleeping it off, I'm getting a 3 Bloody Mary lead on the pack, you know? No rest, so. Just the drinks I remember ordering ought to put me in the top 10, you know? But they were also pretty worried about the virus, so they made us like wash our hands a lot. I washed my hands more in the 80s cruise than I did the entire 1980s. And you couldn't go anywhere without the hand sanitizer people following you around. Washy, washy. Michael Jackson, washy, washy. Try to get to the buffet, washy, washy. I woke up at 4 in the morning, went to my cabin bathroom, there was a little dude in there. Washy, washy. What are you doing in here, man? You weren't in here when we filmed that Snapchat earlier, were you? You don't need to see that. But it worked. We made it back safe. They even sent us a letter, like a couple weeks later, it said nobody got COVID on the cruise, so that was cool. Made us feel safe. It was an 80s cruise, so 14 of us did get AIDS. Too soon for AIDS? I've been working through that since I got back. We had the news on the cruise ship. Like, we had the news. And from the news, we thought all you guys were dead. We got back, and you guys were just out of toilet paper. Yeah. It wasn't too big a deal. I'm excited. This marriage is going a lot better than the first one. First one started off a little rocky. Like, I went to go meet the in-laws for the first time, and they live like in a little tiny hunting and fishing area up in northern Missouri, you know. And I grew up in, you know, Bolivar. I like should have learned how to hunt and fish, but I didn't. I just didn't. So I got to meet the in-laws, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go deer hunting with me tomorrow?" And I was like, "Sure." And what I meant was, no. No, I don't. Want to go out in the woods with you and a gun. You can save quite a bit of money on a wedding if I don't make it out of the woods. You know? He's like, "You got any camouflage?" And I was like, "I think I do." And that's when I realized you don't think that you own camouflage. You know you own camouflage, or you know you don't own camouflage. Those are your two options. Nobody's ever been sitting on their couch like, "Hey, honey, that tracksuit I bought Saturday, was that camouflage?" That's not how it works. It's like herpes. You'll remember you got it. He's like, meet me here at 5:30. And I was like, that's when happy hour starts. That's gonna be trouble. And he's like, "No, 5:30 in the morning." And I'm like, that's a lot worse. Because the bars close at 1, so it's gonna be a long day. So I showed up wearing the closest thing I had to camouflage, which was a green polo shirt, khaki pants. And he's like, that's not very camouflagey. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not even a word. But like, don't worry. This exact same outfit made me invisible to women for 4 years in college. Yeah. I think we're gonna be all right. He's like, spray this stuff on you. I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's deer pee. And I'm like, is that P. Diddy's new fragrance? Is that? So I figure he had one, you know? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I sprayed it all over myself, and it was horrible. Smelled a lot more like R. Kelly's new fragrance. I was like, this is terrible. And he's like, I told you it was deer pee. I'm like, I think you just ruined my 5th best pair of khakis. So we go out in the woods and we find this like love seat in a tree thing. And we get all situated, you know, and he's like, now you gotta be quiet. And I was like, all right. So we were there for, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 days. I don't know how long we were up there. And finally he's like, hey, did you hear that? And I was like, no, I was playing Angry Birds on my phone. I was like, what? He said, there's an 8-pointer over by the creek. I said, I don't know what those words mean. He's like, there's an 8-point deer right over there. And I was like, that doesn't seem like a lot of points. Like, how many points for the girl deers? How many points do I need to score before I can go back to bed? And he's just looking at me funny, so just shoot it? He's like, no, you gotta let it get a little closer. And I was like, all right. And I did that to him. I don't know why. But if you're wanting to build confidence in a man that you're gonna be able to financially take care of his daughter for the rest of her life, that's not it. That's not it. But I still had to get this deer closer, so I had to think quick. I was like, caw-caw, caw-caw. The deer just ran off for some reason. I could tell by the look on his face he was surprised my deer call didn't work. He's like, we're out of here. And I was like, how come we aren't whispering anymore? He's like, we're done. He's like, we'll just go fishing. That'll be easier. And I was like, all right. So he's like, send me home. He's like, go get your fishing stuff and meet me back here. So I went home, I was changing out my pea khakis. So didn't want to wear them anymore. I looked in my closet, I had a camouflage tracksuit I'd totally forgotten about. So I put that on. Came back and he's like, where's your tackle box? I'm like, it's right there. And he said, that is a cooler. I'm like, that's got what I need in it. 12 Bush Light, couple sandwiches, some Nutter Butters. Let's go get them fish, you know? He's like, whatever. So we go out there. We like finally get to the lake, you know? And he's like, and I don't even know how to fish, you know? So he's having to like tie everything on my string for me, you know? And then he'd show me how to cast, and then I'd do it, and then we'd get the lure out of the tree behind me. And I don't want to brag, but I hit the water on the 3rd try. I don't know what the world record is, but I was pretty proud. I was like, what do we do now? He's like, we just gotta wait. And I was like, that's what we've been doing all day. He's like, yeah, but you gotta be quiet. The fish will hear you, you'll scare him off. And I'm like, you just said that so I'd shut up. He went. That marriage didn't work out. So my wife and I, we got done filming a Snapchat the other day. And she's like, you should sleep naked. And I'm like, nope. I am not gonna sleep naked. She's like, why not? I was like, I got damn good reasons why I'm not sleeping naked. Reason number one, I don't think it's what's best for our sheets. I don't care what the thread count is. This rolling around on it all night is gonna void the warranty. Reason number two, I'm not sleeping naked. What if there's a fire? Now I'm out in the yard doing a weenie roast for the neighbors. It's not good. Probably get arrested. It's gotta be a misdemeanor or something. Misdemeanor if I get too close to the house. Reason number three, and you guys in here know exactly what I'm getting ready to say. What if someone breaks in the house and I gotta fight them? Because I've seen enough TV to know there's gonna be martial arts involved. Rule one of Kung Fu, put on some pants. It's as simple as that. I don't need something dangling while I'm spin kicking around the living room. That's how vases get broken. And then like worse, like what if he brings a weapon, you know? Now I'm the Joker that brought a little Smokey to a knife fight. It's not gonna end well. Probably worst case scenario would be is like if he brought a gun, you know? I'm pretty sure nobody breaks into my house planning on shooting somebody in the willy. But when I come busting out of the bedroom, it's probably gonna cross his mind. So basically, that's why Sir Carl sleeps in our panties. That's what that's all about. I feel like we're at a point in our country where we need to leave our flags at half-staff all the time. You know? Like, let the rest of the world know, like, hey, we're still here, but we're working through some stuff. Too much trouble out there. Too much violence. We gotta get that figured out. We still got these kids in school that are like, my dad can beat up your dad, you know? We need to stop that. Stop teaching these kids that violence is the answer, you know? Plus, I'm a Sir Carl now. I don't need that kind of trouble. Thing with my dad can beat up your dad, though, no kids ever set up that fight. No kids ever picked up the phone from school and been like, hey, Dad, what are you doing this afternoon? I don't know. Got to mow the yard. Why? I got a fight lined up for you. A what? A fist fight with Jimmy's dad. Like, you know, Jimmy's dad just got out of prison, right? Seems like a bad idea. It's too much work setting up a fight, you know? I would like to see the dad that's excited to get that call, though. I'm assuming it's Jimmy's dad. It's like, what's up, Dad? He probably calls him by his first name, so it's like, what's up, Steve? And Steve's like, what's going on, butt plug? Did you know he's got an inappropriate nickname for his kid? He's like, I got a fight lined up for you, and he's like, shit, yeah. Who am I fighting? He's like, Bryce Jr.'s dad. Oh, hell yeah. That dude's got an accounting degree. I'll tear him up. Oh, yeah. What time? 4:30. Where? Playground. All right, I'm going to start stretching and clipping my toenails now. I'm going to work through the violence. Got to work through the obesity in the country. Man, I'm trying. I'm trying to lose some weight, but it's hard. It's not like when you're a kid. You know, when you're a kid, you stayed in shape because you had rules. Rule that kept me in shape is when you build a new bike ramp, the fat kid has to test it. You know what I'm talking about. Find a half a sheet of plywood in somebody's garage. We're building a bike ramp today. You girls may not follow this. You girls are inside doing whatever girls do, like maturing or whatever. We're out building a kick-ass bike ramp out of cinder blocks and firewood. We get that thing done, we're like, who's gonna test it? I'll tell you who's gonna test it, the 180-pound 12-year-old. Because if that dude could make the jump, we can all make the jump. It's the only responsible way to do it. So you didn't want to be the fat kid. Didn't really want to be the second fattest kid, because you're one poorly built bike ramp away from being the fat kid. So we stayed in shape. Another thing we got to work through in this country are these grown men that wear football jerseys. Anybody on this one with me? Is everybody pointing at their husband now? So, I don't know. I just think it's weird because, like, a grown man, if he like dresses up like Spider-Man for the weekend, we're like, that guy's a little weird. You know? But if he puts on his little football costume for the weekend, we're like, that guy probably gets laid a lot. I don't get it. It's still a grown man dressed up like his favorite other grown man. It doesn't make sense to me. Just running around like, look at me. I'm Patrick Mahomes. I got a rocket arm and talk like Kermit the Frog. Like, you're a dentist, dude. Dress up time's over. And his buddy's like, throw it to me. I've seen Taylor Swift naked. You know, like... Don't you need to get back to the muffler shop, Trav? You gotta get that figured out. The other problem we gotta work our way through is this. Have you guys heard that like 1,200 people have just disappeared in our federal park systems? Anybody else read this? Am I the only reader here? 1,200 people just like disappeared from our park systems since they started. That's a lot of people, you know? And I'm pretty good at true crime, so I thought, I'm gonna figure this one out, you know? So I did a little research, and by that I mean I Googled some stuff while I was sitting on the toilet. And guys, I got a theory, and I think I'm right. 1,200 people, and I think it's Smokey the Bear. Dude's got access. Bears get hungry, that's motive. I think Smokey the Bear is the most prolific serial killer in the history of the United States. Got an appeal. He's making Ted Bundy look like Al Bundy out there. Knocking them off. Guys, where's a park ranger hat? He had to get that from somewhere. Yeah. Probably the same place he got the taste for blood. Carries a shovel to bury the bodies. I'm surprised I'm the only one that's figured this one out. I'm impressed. I think the thing that impresses me the most with it is that he's a serial killer with a marketing budget. He's got like billboards and t-shirts and stickers. Great slogan, only you can prevent forest fires. First of all, he's pawning off his only job duty on us. It's a little sketchy. You know? but only you can prevent forest fires. No, seriously, leave your friends. Come with me. He gets her around the corner and he's like, "Arr," gives her a big old bear hug, you know? And by that, I mean he kills her. He kills her is what he does. These are just my theories. So I don't know if you guys are following on the theory or not. You're probably thinking, 1,200 people, one bear? He can't do that. Well, I did the math, all right? Smokey the Bear's 80 years old. That's only 15 a year. You know, even with hibernation, that's less than 2 per non-hibernating month. Very realistic murder rate. If this dude can figure out where to buy and or make his own jeans that fit, he can knock off 2 people a month. It's just easy. I feel like at this point, people are just welcoming him into camp. Come on in, Smokey, and he just checks for cameras and starts the murder. And you following? You're not following? I feel like you're not following on Smokey. This will convince you. I feel like he's the one that came up with it. Have you heard, like, when you get attacked by a bear, what to do? You roll up in a ball and you play dead. How easy it is to murder somebody when they're already playing dead. Smokey's out there killing. He ain't even getting poked in the eye like sharks do. The thing with playing dead is once you commit to it, you got to commit the whole way when you're playing dead, you know? Like you don't see a possum like right in the middle of the action just pop up and go, "Good enough," and walk off. You gotta do the whole thing, man. You commit to playing dead, but the problem if you commit to playing dead with a bear, probably missing an arm before you realize it's a bad plan. So, all right, that's just my theory, guys. I don't know. I got other theories. That's the most logical one. The other one of them includes time travel. And then another one includes 1,200 people that have joined a colony of beavers. Whichever one you want to believe, I guess. Oh, we got to work through the gambling. It's getting big, country. That dang Powerball, man, it gets up to like $1 billion like every other week now. It's getting crazy. I love when it gets that big because people start talking about the dumb shit they're going to buy. You know? Like, I'm going to buy an island. I'm like, all right. Like, I'm never wearing a pair of socks twice. Like, you're just kind of getting silly now. I'm going to buy a steamboat. Like, now you're just stupid. People get real generous, too, when they buy one of them $1 billion tickets, you know. If I win, I'm going to give you $1 million. I'm like, well, we've worked together for 2 weeks. I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't think people would give you the money, though. I don't. I think they'd keep it, but I will tell you, if I ever tell you that, I mean it. Like, if I win that $1 billion and I'm not giving you any. No, I'm not. I'll be throwing new socks off my steamboat before you guys know what I was in a Taco Bell like last week, and I was like, "Where's the men's bathroom?" And they're like, "We don't have men's and women's bathrooms anymore." And I'm like, "That's a bunch of shit," you know? Like, this isn't where I want to live, you know? I don't want to live in a country where I got to put the toilet seat down everywhere I go. It's too much. We got to get that. We got to figure that out. So, still got race issues out there. Like, remember a while back when Disney was going to make Little Mermaid black? And there's apparently a bunch of white guys that got all mad about it. You know, like, you stealing our mermaid, you know? And I don't know. I don't think there was really a group of guys that got mad, but, you know, I'm also the opinion that if you're getting too worked up about what color a cartoon is, you probably need to get your shit together. You know? It's a cartoon. It did get me thinking about mermaids, though. You guys like mermaids? I like mermaids. You know what I'm talking about? They got like the long flowing hair that's dry even though they just got out of the water. Yeah. They got like that sequence strapless number that shows off their bosoms and then turns into a sport fish. But that's like your Halle Berry mermaids, you know. There's got to be some ugly mermaids too. You got to be something like, is that a manatee? Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, man. I don't know. The other thing I think about mermaids a lot are, like, that's your ocean mermaids, but there's got to be, like, lake mermaids, too, right? You know, a little smaller breeding ground. Maybe a little inbred. Like the bottom half, like the fish half, looks more like a catfish. And then like the top half, like the human half, looks like a human catfish. It's the kind of mermaid you're trying to get it on with. You're just trying to figure out how to get it off the boat. You're just trying to enjoy an afternoon with the family on the pontoon, you know? All of a sudden behind you, you hear, "Hey, sugar." Turn around, there she is, still drying off her mullet. Trying to figure out where she's looking because she kind of got that. Like a deer and an owl or something, I don't know. She's got like a wet cigarette hanging out of her mouth. Where that came from. Neck tattoo of a Camaro. That's the kind of mermaids I think about. But yeah, if we're gonna work through this stuff, guys, I feel like the main way we're gonna solve this thing is we gotta get out and vote. You guys like to vote? It's presidential election year. I'm getting pretty excited. You guys getting excited? I just want to see what they got in store for us. Because last time we had like race wars, we had a pandemic, and then they're like, aliens are real. Like, let's see if we can outdo it this year. I don't know what they're gonna do. But we gotta get out and vote. They say if you don't vote, you can't complain. But you can. You can. You start complaining and nobody can verify if you voted or not. And then you just keep complaining. That's the way it works. They also say everybody should vote. But I'm on social media, and I'm not real sure everybody should be voting, you know? Like, you got somebody on your Facebook feed that's like, maybe set this one out this year. Do our country a favor, you know? And I'm not talking about, like, the far right and the far left. That's not who I'm talking about. I figure they're getting most of their information from memes. They at least know what they're voting for. You know? The ones that scare me are the ones that have the weight of their country on their shoulders and don't know which spelling of "there" to use. That's not the right one, man. It's a different word, you know? I just think it's weird, like, is there a group of people out there that, like, paid attention during political science and then slept through spelling? Is there a group of people out there that got a pretty good grasp on immigration and inflation, but get real confused by punctuation? I don't think they're out there. And I'm not saying that you need an accounting degree from Mizzou to vote. That's not where we're going with this one. Because quite frankly, I'm not real sure I need to be voting either, you know? I treat voting like it's a test I didn't study for. Like, it's going to be multiple choice. I'll probably recognize the right answer. I've written myself in multiple times. I'd be a pretty good state auditor. I voted for a dude named Dwayne Johnson one time. And I didn't even know what he was running for. I just wanted to smell what The Rock was cooking. That's what you get from me. And then you're voting away, and you think you're about done, and then they're like, here's a bunch of amendments. Ugh. I didn't want to have to read. I came here to save America, not join a book club. I treat them like a test, too. Like, if I get too many yeses in a row, I'll just throw a no in there. They can't all be yeses. Sorry, Road District, not your year. This is how bad I am at voting. Last presidential election, I finally figured out that they put a little R or a D beside the name, so you know what political party they're in. I just learned that like 4 years ago. And I'm like, that's probably going to save me some time this year if I can figure out which one of those I am. I don't know. People tell me I look like an R. My friends tell me I'm kind of a real D. So, I'm not sure. Got to vote. I think we got to get back into religion, too. I think we got to let God into this whole thing. Like, that's why I've started a program called the Surprise Baptism. And what I do is I go to public pools. And I just hang out in the middle of the pool. Wait for kids to get close to me. When I get one close, I'm like, boom, can I get an amen? Yeah. It's for the kids. I don't get a lot of amens. I get a lot of, hey man, what'd you just do to my kid? You know? I'm like, I just gave your son eternal salvation. You're welcome. I realize I can just stand out in the middle of the pool and go, Polo! Polo! Well, I'm gonna close his eyes and come right to me. It saves me a lot of steps. If I get bored with that, I'll just go to the kiddie pool, just start splashing and make a little Methodist. And I know that's not how baptism works, but it feels pretty good. Thinking I'm doing the Lord's work. So I was on a mission trip to Whitewater last summer. When I realized, I could just wait at the bottom of the water slide. Let the kids do all the work themselves. It's so much easier. I saved 400 kids that day. Saw 3 moms lose their bikini top, too. So pretty good day on the mission field. Yes. Guys, I've gotten to the point in my comedy career, a lot of times after shows, I'll spend 30 minutes or an hour just signing autographs. And I don't mind doing that, but I got a whole backpack full of autographs I need to get rid of now. Is it weird that you can like other people's Venmo payments? Isn't that weird? Yeah. If you're buying a shirt from me, of course I'm gonna like that one, you know? But if you're sending her $40 for Halloween decorations, I think it's weird I can sit on the sideline and go, I like that. I like that. You should do more of that. All right. Back to action. I'm getting old. Like I made it past 50, you know? So like I'm over the hill now. They say over the hill, you like to think it's just like a state of mind, but you know, once you get halfway to 100, mathematically, you're there. You know? You're there. I don't see us going back to biblical lifespans anytime soon, you know? I don't think I'm gonna live 600 years like Moses, you know? So I'm on the downhill slide. 600 years though, that's crazy, isn't it? I think they maybe just had bad calendars or something. I don't know. It's getting like years and months mixed up or something. Something's weird. Or it could have just seemed like 600 years because he was married. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yeah, downhill slide, getting old, it's like, it's weird. You start asking a lot of questions when you get kind of on the downhill slide, like why am I using so many creams? You know? I got stuff on me all over I like Voltaren on my knee and Icy Hot on my shoulder, Biofreeze on my back. And they all stink. They all smell horrible. 90% of the time I smell flammable. It sucks. You get old, you get like weird emails when you get old. Like most of my email feed is reverse mortgages, low testosterone, and those walk-in bathtubs. That's the age I'm at. I finally got enough of them reverse mortgage ones. I looked into it, and apparently have to own a home. So it's not in the cards for me right now. So, get old, like things are different when you're old. Like when you're young and you're like limping around a little bit. You know, people are like, what's wrong, Bryce? It's something cool. Like I got drunk and fell off the roof again. You know? You get to be my age and they're like, Bryce, why are you limping? I'm like, I have no idea. It could be anything, you know? Like, you know the steps coming off my porch, how that last one's a 1/4 inch taller? I may have come off that too hot. I woke up and the sheets were crumpled up under my lower back. That could be why I can't walk. You just never know. Like back in the day, you couldn't get out of bed on Saturday morning because of the football game, you know? Because you like rushed for 50 yards and had 4 tackles or whatever, you know? Now on Saturday morning, I can't get out of bed because of the football game. Because we forgot our cushions. We had to sit on that hard bleacher for an hour and a half. It's gonna take me 3 weeks to recover. You get, like, I'm the age where, like, I'm seeing a lot of doctors. Like, I'm starting to, like, collect doctors like they're Pokemon. Check it out, I got a new cardiologist now. I've collected all the chiropractors. I go to all of them. Every one of them in my town I go to. And I don't tell them about each other because I want them all to feel special. But it's not like, sometimes I like almost get busted, you know? They'll like be putting their fingers down my spine. They're like, looks like your L2's shifted since the last time you were here. I'm like, oh, shoot. I can't get caught cheating on him, you know? If he drops me, I'm down to 4 chiropractors. I can't maintain my lifestyle I'm accustomed to on 4 chiropractors, you know? So I'm trying to think quick, and he's like, did you take a tumble or something? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I had to test a bike ramp the other day. That could be what it is. So I kept One of my chiropractors, she was looking at my back and she's like, your back's pissed off. And I'm like, I know. I can tell, you know? And she's like, it's throbbing. It shouldn't be throbbing like that unless you're like a bodybuilder or something. And I'm not a bodybuilder, but I'm a comedian. So I acted offended, you know? I'm like, hold on, what makes you think I'm not a bodybuilder? And she's like, your body. I probably should have seen that one coming. The chiropractors all have like different deals they do. They all have their little specialties or whatever. I was at one and like I was laying on my back on the table and he like looks at my legs and I could tell he's like one of them was shorter or something. I think was what was going on. And he's like, hang that right leg off the bed for me. And I'm like, all right. And then he does one of these numbers. Like it's cowboy time, and he's saddling up. He pulls like my ankle up between his thighs. And he like tightens down the thigh strips. And I'm like, uh-oh. Like, what's going on here? And then he starts slowly moving his hips. And I'm like, I think I'm fine with one leg being shorter. And he's just like doing it, and he's just talking to me. Like he's not golden retrievering my leg. And I'm like, if he starts looking at me like he's gonna like one of my Venmo payments, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And then he's like, bam, and he pulls back like he didn't want to get my shin pregnant. And I go like sliding across the table and I hear a pop and I'm like, hey, that worked. So I go see that cowboy at least once a month. He came to the show last night. It was a little awkward. It was a little awkward. My wife, she has a lot of like neck issues. Like she goes to the chiropractor for her neck stuff. And she was talking about they did some weird deal that like decompressed like up here. And she said it was like the most amazing feeling she'd ever had, you know? And I was like, do you think like back in the Wild West when they hung people that just for a split second it felt really good? She didn't think so. She was complaining the other night about her neck, like hurting, and she said like nobody could get it fixed. And I was like, why don't you lay on the bed there, like hang your head off the end of the bed. I got an idea. It didn't work on necks. It didn't work on necks. We learned that the hard way. So. I'm at the point in my life where like I spend a lot of my time just trying to alleviate pain. You know? If somebody's like, hey, this stuff will help your lower back, I'm totally willing to overlook 40 years of being told it's a gateway drug to heroin. If it'll help, give me some of that weed, you know? Let's just do it. I didn't start using marijuana until I was over 50, you know? I should rephrase that. I couldn't start using marijuana until I was over 50. Because in 1984, I was in an organization called DARE. Drug Abuse Resistance Education. I don't know if we got any other DARE members here, but it was very important to me. We signed a pledge, a pact, I don't know what you call it, a legally binding contract that said I would and would not do certain things for the rest of my born life, you know? They gather us all like in the auditorium, you know, and they're like, we're going to talk about some bad stuff. And then at the end of this thing, if you want to sign an agreement, you can, you know. And if you do, we're going to take those agreements and we're going to send them to McGruff the crime dog. He's going to look them over, give him his paw of approval. We're going to put them in an envelope. We're going to send them to Nancy Reagan, the 40th First Lady of the United States. So that me saying no to drugs, it went all the way to the top. I took it serious. So we heard the whole spiel, and then they're like, let's go through this pledge, you know. And the first part of it is, I will not use drugs, you know. I expected that. But looking back now, it's drug abuse resistance education, and now they're talking about drug use. Those are different. Those are different, guys. There's a big difference between heating up a spoon every day between third and fourth period and an occasional hot box between the football game and the dance. One of those is a big problem. The other's a little party. So, but that kind of got me thinking too, like, there's a lot of weird stuff about this, you know? A bunch of 12-year-olds, no lawyers. We had no legal representation. We're signing away our God-given right to do drugs. No representation. Just a bunch of 12-year-olds hanging out in the legal wind. You know? Probably the scariest part of the whole thing is the person asking us to sign this agreement is the same person responsible for our recess. That's a lot of leverage. It's a lot of leverage. I got to the second part of the agreement, and it was, I will avoid violence. And I thought, this is weird. I thought we were doing drugs today, you know? Now we're talking about fighting, you know? But I'm glad I signed that one, because that saved some grown men a butt whooping over the years. I can tell you that. You know how many times I've been in a bar and it gets all rough, you know, and some dude gets in my face. He's like, let's take this outside. And I'm like, you don't know how bad I want to. But in 1984, I was in an organization called DARE. So I can't do it. And then I'd like go to the door and I'd yell something like, you can thank the good Lord and Nancy Reagan, you aren't bleeding right now. Get on out of there. And then the last part of the pledge was, I will be responsible and make responsible decisions. And those are the same thing. That's the same. I think they're just filling space at that point. You know? So that's it. We signed the agreement, you know. Went out to recess, and I'm like, this is going to be cool, guys, not doing drugs the rest of our life, you know? And then one of my buddies like, I'm still going to do drugs because I didn't sign my real name. I wrote down Mickey Mouse, you know? And I'm like, you probably should have told me about this plan, you know? Well, my other buddy's like, I put down Joe DiMaggio. You know? It's weird you picked a name that hard to spell, but should have told me we could be getting high right now, you know? So, spent a lot of years looking over my shoulder, you know, for Nancy Reagan's people. Trying to bust me, you know? I'd be in college and some older looking dude would come wandering into a party. Everybody's like, that guy's a cop. And I'm like, that's one of Nancy's boys right there. I ain't afraid of him. I'm over here drinking my Jägermeister, being a good boy, you know? Keeping my mind and body clean like you asked. Just taunting, you know? That's how I got my first minor in possession. He was a cop. He was a cop. A lot of years of that. And then like a few years ago, one of these deadly drugs started to identify as medicine, medical marijuana. And I'm like, I think I see a loophole. So I went to find my pledge that I'd signed. And I couldn't find it. I think I lost it in the divorce. I don't know. Like, I don't think she got like it in the sofa and I got the TV. I think it just got lost in the move. You know? So just to be safe, we put the medical card in my wife's name. Just to be safe. And then a couple years later, they just made it legal, recreational, you know? So at that point, I'm like, come on, man. I'm over 50, you know? Nancy Reagan's been dead for 7 years. Like at this point, if they bust me, like I'll just do the prison time and move on, you know? Pretty sure my friends have been doing it the whole time. I don't know. So at the age of 50, I joined Team 420, you know? And then I quickly realized that my lungs weren't ready for smoking. So I got to stick to the edibles, you know? So like my buddies are like ripping bongs and passing joints, and I'm like, I like these peach ones. So I'm like on the team, but like they know I'm not on the team. We don't smell the same. It's like when you're in junior high and 12 kids make the basketball team and they only have 10 jerseys. I'm the one on the end of the bench wearing the old girls' varsity jersey. Like there's a row of Harleys and there's the one dude in the back with 2 front wheels. That's me. Do you guys know if they make heroin gummies? No? Okay. Thought I'd ask. We'll get her in this. Went to my regular doctor a while back, the last time I was in there. And I was getting ready to leave, and everything was looking all right. And I said, hey, I'm getting quite a few emails about low T. I think I may have low T. And he's like, why do you think you have low T? And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't have the energy I used to have, you know? Plus, I've kind of been struggling with math lately. I asked for directions the other day. That's not normal. And he's like, yeah, you may be getting low. You may be getting low. I was like, you want to see my new Prius? And he's like, let's just go ahead and test you right now. We'll just test you right now. I kind of messed that one up. Sorry about that. I'm going back, all right? You're going to hear things you just heard, all right? I made it all the way through without screwing something up, and then my last joke. I'm trying to figure out how far back to go. Do you guys like mermaids? Is that too far back? Yeah, so we're gonna do the whole thing. It's like he's like, why do you think you have low T? And I was like, well, I just don't have the energy I used to have, you know? Plus, I've kind of been struggling with math, you know? I asked for directions the other day. I don't think that's normal. And he's like, yeah, you may have low T. We'll test you the next time you come in. And I was like, hey, you want to see my new Prius? And he's like, let's test you now. Get those shaved armpits in here. We're going to test you. So we did, tested me, and results come back. I had to go sit down with him. I'm like, how bad is it? And he's like, I'm Kind of surprised you can't multitask by now. And I'm like, not yet. I was like, what are we gonna do? And he's like, we better do something quicker. You're gonna start to have feelings. And I was like, I don't need that. Let's do something, you know? He's like, we can put these testosterone pellets like under your skin, and it gets in your bloodstream, you know? And it's supposed to, you know, boost your testosterone, give you back the energy and the muscle building of your youth, you know? And I don't know if it's done that, but the body odor and acne's coming back fairly strong. So between that and the AIDS, guys, I'm working through some stuff. All right, guys, you've been great. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you.